Hey, good morning. Chuck here with Apple Drains. I'm just stopping by one of Chuck's job sites, and he's working here at this Catholic school. Let's take a look, see what's going on. So it looks like they're pulling out some of this old corrugated that had the sock around it, and basically this line had totally filled up with dirt. Even with the sock around it, it made no difference. You know, it doesn't matter. This channel drain, because this is where the water and all the sand and dirt is collected, drops through those grates, and of course it goes into that old pipe. It's not like a catch basin. A catch basin, the debris drops down, but here with a channel drain, it just flushes right through it. And I guess this system's about 12 years old, and it finally gave out. This perforated pipe with the sock was not even connected. It was actually, the sock actually blocked the water from coming into the system. It's hot. It's hot. It's raining off and on, humid. We just need to cut that old pipe out of the way and then trench this downwards. And the reason that's important is that we need good downhill flow. Gravity takes water away. Can you see this configuration of gutters? Yeah, I can see they need their gutters cleaned too. You might let them know you can do that. You see the debris coming out of the gutters? So all of that water is coming down, and we don't want that water to go backwards into the channel drain. It has to go downhill to the sump basin. Looks like they had some gravel around that perforated pipe with a sock on it, but they didn't. You know, here in Florida, you have to encase that whole thing with fabric, otherwise the gravel becomes worthless. This is sand. It's not like clay. Much different in the clay. You could get by without the fabric, but here we need to have the system wrapped. So it looks like Chuck's got a pretty good job going on here. He had to tunnel that walk, and that's actually on a hill, so he's quite deep as he goes under there to keep the downhill flow. And you can kind of see what's going on more and more as we look at this job. There are several downspouts coming down from above, and this is just another flat roof, downspouts coming down, and we're going to take that and go back towards the sump basin. This is back downhill to the sump basin, and from the sump pump, the basin, we're going to send it back the other direction under pressure. So I'm not too concerned about the fall there, but this has to have good fall coming into the sump basin. There is so much water coming down and entering the channel drain, not just from the gutters, but from the parking lot, from the sidewalks, from the hill coming from the church. There is so much water. If we look at the amount of concrete that is here from the parking lot, the sidewalks, you know, everywhere, it's all draining down to this catch basin. And I don't know if that sock was a good idea. It may have worked for a few years, but I'll bet you it's been backing up for a long time. You can see the concrete's all cracked. It's pretty bad. More than likely, the church paid one of its members to have this installed many years ago. And it probably worked for a little while, but it really needs to be replaced. If you have a similar problem and you want to take this on yourself as a DIY, I would really maybe get a consult to talk about what is needed to correct this much water in the flooding area. So beginning on this little cemented area, you can see the water just shoots off of here, runs down that sidewalk, comes down through this valley of grass, comes down through this sidewalk, and it's just pouring down here where we're installing the sump pump. A lot of water coming down here and being collected by this channel drain. And it's been functioning. I think this has 51 gallons an hour or 51 gallons a minute with 4-inch pipe. You can see their trench. The line used to go quite deep and under that rise of that little trip trap bridge over there. But we're adding a sump basin to lift it up so we can really move that with the M98, the 1/2 horsepower pump. It will definitely take this water out of here. I kind of want you to see how much water is actually collected by that little channel drain. Here's another channel drain, look at this. And it's just totally overgrown, but they didn't ask us to work on that. But maintenance is so important. It looks like this line actually runs down this way. You can see another channel drain back here, totally full of debris. And yeah, this one actually goes out and discharges down there. Look at the erosion off of these downspouts. Let's just take a look at that. While I'm right here, you can kind of see what's going on. So this is a pretty good sized building. It's got the oversized downspout, but look at the erosion that takes place without a downspout drain tile, without the underground pipe. Look at that. It's just amazing. Looks like they have the air conditioner dripping into that as well. Same thing on this side. It's eroding back up under the foundation. You can see the low spot here that's been created, but it's because look at how much water is coming down these hills into this area. And then it's supposed to drain that way and on around the side of the building. Can you see the gutter that's coming through the wall? That's coming from this little terrace up here on the castle looking thing. That roof is flat. That water's coming down. It looks like they brought it out and it just discharges right here, splashes out. You can kind of see the erosion right over here. See how low it is here by the walk. But still, all that roof water is coming down this direction and still ending up over here in this channel drain. And they installed a perforated pipe with a sock around it. And that thing was completely full, just completely full. So we're gonna have to modify the adapter here to put in new 4-inch corrugated. We're going to attach the downspouts as well. And you can see this has been here a long time. These are galvanized. And can you see how they brought all the gutters together? All that roof water comes down, plus all the water from this area, and you can kind of see the hill. It's pretty dramatic. And when it rains here in Florida, wow does it rain. Water comes from all over the place. Channel drain does collect it. It's going to go over to a sump basin. Right out here is the lowest point. Can you see the hill here? See how there's a big hill? So we're going to have to lift that water up, and then we'll send it out to where it can discharge naturally with gravity. So like I said,